Good evening, everybody, or good night, everybody. Hope you're having a good night. If you're on the East Coast, the West Coast, I hope you're having still a good evening. This is Aaron Ward presenting you Lane of SmackDown with Wrestling and Sports Channel. This is episode 4 of Sports Mayhem, where we talk about some of the latest news in sports. Right? So this is episode 4 of it. There's some things to talk about. We're gonna get through it. Briefly, we know who's going to draft first overall in the NHL draft this in the upcoming June draft. There was a big firing. There was a firing that just happened in the NBA. Monty Williams has been let go by Phoenix. Also, we got both basketball and NHL have some teams advancing to the next round. In the NHL, we got 2 teams from the East, and the NBA 2 from the West, and 1 from the East. We still got to find out from NBA who's going to advance tomorrow, and in the NHL, who's going to advance from the West tomorrow. So one more NBA game tomorrow, and 2 more NHL games tomorrow and the day after. So in the NBA, all the teams that advanced so far have been in NHL. It's been Carolina, Florida. So they'll face each other in Eastern Conference Finals. In the NBA, we got 3 teams that advance. Denver and Los Angeles. So Denver and Los Angeles face each other. Whoever wins will go to the championship. And we got Miami, who's going to face the winner of Boston and Philadelphia. Oh yeah, thank you for that, George, buddy. That's so yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna get the hockey stuff out of the way. Really out of the way. There is football stuff. The NFL schedule has been released, okay, for the upcoming season. That's true. But let's get the hockey out of the way. So tonight, the Seattle Kraken beat Dallas Stars 6-3 at Seattle to tie up the series 3-3. And the winner of that game will head to the next round to face the winner of Edmonton and Las Vegas. Right now in the Edmonton-Las Vegas series, we got Edmonton down 3-2 at Las Vegas. So they have to win 2 in a row, where Vegas only has to win 1. So, yeah, so the rest is not settled yet, the Western Conference Finals in the NHL. And the East, on the other hand, Florida Panthers, unfortunately, they beat my favorite team, the Toronto Maple Leafs, 4-1. They finally eliminated the Leafs last night in Toronto. And I made a video, if you're interested in hockey and my Toronto Maple Leafs, I made a video earlier in the day talking about the Leafs. It's about 17 minutes long and what I think the future holds in store for that team. Toronto Maple Leafs is my favorite hockey team. Hockey is not my favorite sport. Baseball is, but I'm a fan of multiple sports, as you can tell. Right? So once again, in hockey, we got Carolina and Florida in the Eastern Conference Final. And whoever wins that goes to the Stanley Cup. Yeah. Those 2 rating draws, right? Carolina and Florida. Ratings, right? They're going to equal ratings. No, they're not going to get ratings. Those teams don't draw. Neither teams in the West besides Edmonton. If Edmonton advances, they may draw because they have Connor McDavid. That's it. But I'm actually looking I'm actually looking forward more to the NBA playoffs. I'm looking forward to Denver and Los Angeles now. We got Jokic and Davis. I guarantee Davis they're gonna put Davis on Jokic, right? And LeBron, I'm looking for that series. And the East, oh man, Miami. But East will be great. Whoever goes, Philadelphia or Boston, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. But the hockey, so I just finished watching Seattle and Dallas game, which was really, really exciting. It's really, really exciting. And do me a favor, please like and subscribe, please, if you're new here. Okay, please. Please. Okay. So let's get back to hockey. So the Connor Bedard, generational franchise player you build around, right? Like in the past, we had Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, Sidney Crosby, Wayne Gretzky, Eric Lindros, Mario Lemieux. That ilk. That kind of player where changes the fate, the direction of your franchise from being bad to being good, to being good, to being a dynasty, a franchise dynasty. And the Chicago Blackhawks won the lottery, and well, obviously they didn't draft Connor Bedard because the draft was in June. It's a no-brainer they're going to draft Connor Bedard and build around him as the future, as they get pieces through the draft, through trades, through free agency to build at least a competitive team, eventually worthy enough to compete, to go to a playoffs, and eventually challenge for a Stanley Cup. Now, it may take a few years. You don't go from being the worst team in the league to Stanley Cup champion in 1 year. It just doesn't happen in hockey. It just doesn't really happen. But now I've seen this kid play a little bit. He's really that good. He's gonna definitely change the fortunes of the Chicago Blackhawks and make them a respectable team. A change a respectable team in a few years. I mean, they get better and better. It's so I don't know how long the stream's gonna go. It might be one of my shortest streams. I'm not gonna talk about the NFL schedule. You can look up for yourself, but it's been released. But the Carolina Florida Panthers series, I think I got Carolina winning here and go to the Stanley Cup. I'm not going to underestimate Florida. I'm sure Boston underestimated them. I'm pretty sure Toronto underestimated them. We should not underestimate Florida, but I like Carolina better than Florida. In the West, I don't know yet because we don't know who's in the finals yet, the Western Conference Finals. In the NBA, since we don't know the East yet, besides Miami, I almost said Memphis. Memphis is not in the East. We got LA Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. I think Denver's going to win here. I kind of hope Denver wins, though. I kind of really hope Denver wins. I just want to see LA, the Lakers. I want to see all the hoopla, all the whining and crying when LA gets eliminated. I can't stand the fake sports town outage because let me tell you something about Los Angeles. It's the fakest sport town out there. It's not. It's fake. It's fake. It's just fake. Los Angeles is one of the fakest sports town. Okay, it's not a good sports city. It's fake as hell. And I just want them to lose because because if they lose, they're gonna always talk about LeBron and Anthony Davis. They couldn't get it done over. You gotta get, but and every time when it's game one happens, you got these shows in the U.S. a First Take or whatever, Just In, or some of these on ESPN shows, they telling you what went wrong, what didn't go right. Like after game one, who cares? Maybe after game two, yeah, because you don't want to go 2-2-0 in a series, but whatever. And maybe will the high altitude affect the Lakers? Will it affect the Lakers? I don't know. Denver's been playing it all year, right? The players in Denver are used to it. The Lakers are not. We play it a couple times a year. Now, let's bring up some guests. Let's bring up some. And the Knicks got eliminated. Props to the Knicks, but let's bring on some guests to the show. And also, Phoenix has fired Monty Williams, their coach, after 3 years. Right? After 3 years. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Thank you to my friend George for pointing this out. Notable head coaches fired over the past 2 seasons. Monty Williams, Mike Budenholzer, Nick Nurse, and Frank Vogel. What do all 4 of those coaches have in common? What do all 4 of those coaches have in common? They all won a championship in the last 4 years. Nick Nurse, 2019 with the Toronto Raptors. Frank Vogel, 2020 with the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, in the bubble, but he still won a championship. Mike Budenholzer, the 2021 championship. Right? 2021 championship, fired. Monty Williams, another coach of the year, never won a championship, but did go to the finals to face Mike Budenholzer in 2021, fired. But the past 2 years, 2022 and 2023, gets eliminated in the second round in the West by Dallas and Denver. But the thing is that it's not that they didn't lose close games, it's the way they lost. They got demolished in both elimination games. Both Phoenix did not show up in 2022's elimination game against Dallas, and Dallas destroyed them. Same thing happened against Denver this season. Denver Nuggets destroyed them. My friend Degrassi's favorite word, Nuggets. And so about half an hour ago to 45 minutes ago, Monty Williams, the coach of the Phoenix Suns, was let go by the team. Now, there was potentially some people suggesting this might happen, that Monty Williams might have been in the hot seat if the Phoenix Suns does not get to the next round. Or, it's not past Denver, okay? That Monty Williams' job might have been on the line. And you know what? It turns out to be true. Monty Williams' job was unfortunately on the line. Now, if he did pass the second round, he probably would have been fine. He'd probably not been on the hot seat. Would not have been hot seat anymore. He probably wasn't hot seat, but determining where the team, what happens with the team going forward in the playoffs, will determine his fate with the team. But fate did not go in his favor. Then they go in Suns' favor in ownership, and with the new owner of the Phoenix Suns, yes, remember the Phoenix Suns had new ownership come in and take control of the team during the season. They might want to go in a different direction, look for a different coach to lead their team. Yes, they got Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. Yes, Chris Paul was hurt, Aiden was hurt, but this team they made this Durant trade for one reason only. Yes, they got a bunch of seasons, a couple more years with Kevin Durant. But Kevin Durant, gets hurt too, right? He's no spring chicken anymore. Kevin Durant's like 34, 35. He's not young anymore, okay? He's no spring chicken, man. But he always, he's going to take some nights off, load management, the NBA basketball load management thing, whether you're for or against it. It's going to happen with Kevin Durant. And they made that move strictly to compete, to contend for the titles, right? And Chris Paul Chris Paul, you don't know how long his career has left. The guy's 38, 39 years old. He's clearly in a decline. You don't know how long he has left before he gets a ring. He almost got a ring a couple years ago, but Milwaukee won a title, right? And there's talks about in the offseason that they may they may move on from Chris Paul, and they may move on from Aiden too. They might move on from Paul and Aiden. But here's the kicker, guys. They got to replace Chris Paul and Aiden, right? You're not just going to give them away for nothing, right? Obviously. That's not how it works. And the talk is, like, there's whispers out there that the Phoenix Suns may look into signing Fred VanVleet or Terry Rozier out of Charlotte. Okay? I think Fred VanVleet would do well there. He could be less ball dominated oriented, like he was in Toronto. He was very ball heavy, ball dominated in Toronto. Okay, but with Phoenix, that's obviously won't be the case because you'll have Durant holding onto the ball a lot more, right? Obviously, Devin Booker, right? Well, with Aiden, you're gonna have to replace a big because they really don't have that. And they really don't have a big man, right? Like after Aiden, like who they can trust to start. And they would need to get a big man who could put up some quality numbers, who could rebound and defend, but could stay on the court, who he knows, right? Maybe they look at, I don't know, Aiden for John Collins. I don't know. Maybe they talk to Atlanta for Clint Capella. I don't know. I really don't know. But it's amazing. It's amazing. It's just amazing. Me and my friend George, we agree on this. It's amazing how somebody like Monty Williams, who has success with his team, maybe not the success Phoenix wants, but a guy like Jason Kidd is still employed by Dallas when they clearly had plans to go for it, and then all of a sudden things weren't going the way. They decided to tank and try to get a good draft pick. Like Jason Kidd is not a good coach. Like seriously, it's ridiculous if you ask me. It really is stupid. I don't know, man. Like, really, it's really that dumb. Now, with the Phoenix coaching vacancy opening up now, it just makes it harder for my team, like the Raptors, to hire a new coach because now there's a new vacancy open up, and obviously Phoenix will probably be the better attraction, right? Nice weather, hot weather, nice place to live, better team, championship contender type of team instead of a team that's going nowhere in Toronto. We don't know if they're rebuilding or to go for it. At a middle of a pack team, right? You go, what do you rather coach? A team that has a chance to win a title, Coach Durant and Booker, or a team you don't know what direction they're going in? Like, really, who would you rather coach with? Oh yeah, I think I'd rather take a job with the team that has a chance to win a title for multiple years and coach Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. Yeah, and yeah, you know me, I'm a Raptor fan, but I'm being honest. I'm not a homer. You know that. I'm not a homer when it comes to sports. It's just, yeah. So this just broke, man. Now there's a bunch of coaches out there, probably the same ones you hear in the running for the Raptors. You might hear in the same for Phoenix. Kenny Atkinson, you know, JJ Redick. That's really funny. JJ Redick potentially coaching the Raptors. Can he shoot threes for him? Because the Raptors' 3-point shooting was terrible last year. Can he do that? Can he shoot the ball for them? Can JJ Redick shoot threes? Can he shoot the ball? That's the question, right? I don't know if he can. Man, it's like about it's what it is, right? Getting to the second round is not good enough for basketball. Okay, I understand why Mike Budenholzer got fired. Older teams have a short leash, right, with coaches these days, right? Shorter than usual, especially basketball and hockey. There's a lot of short leashes on coaches these days. You got to get results right away, right? So yeah, like I said, this might be a short stream tonight, but yeah, tomorrow we're gonna finally find out who is advancing the Eastern Conference Finals in the NBA. I I think I got Boston here, advancing to face Miami. Also in NHL tomorrow, we will find out if Edmonton will win and force a game 7 with Vegas, or if Vegas gets the win and eliminates Edmonton. And then I think Monday we'll find out in game 7 who will advance to the Western Conference Finals between Dallas Stars and the Seattle Kraken. And then next week we'll have both conference finals in the NBA and NHL in the coming week. That'll be exciting. And then Stanley Cup and NBA Championship. Now, since my team that I picked to win the NBA Championship and the Stanley Cup are out, it's to me, I don't know who's going to win. I'll pick the Lakers to win the title. I don't know. Phoenix is my choice, but that's obviously not the case. Maybe I'll pick the Lakers. I'm not sold on Boston. Like, there's some things I watched in this series where I'm like, yeah, I'm not sold on them. The thing is, I'm not sold on Philly either. Like, Philly could be a championship team. It's just, are they consistent enough? And I feel like Boston is not all the time playing to their capabilities. But Denver, to me, when I watch Denver, yeah, this team doesn't look like it. This team looks like it was able to mostly play their best games. And the Lakers will definitely be a harder challenge for them because you got LeBron Davis. Also, well, yeah. And yeah, there's pub whispers of JJ Redick potentially coaching the Raptors. Apparently, he interviewed for the job. I listened to him on First Take in his podcast. He's very intelligent, very smart. He knows the game. I can see why they would talk to him about coaching the Raptors because he's only been retired for a couple of years, right? And so he still knows the style of play, of basketball. He still knows the players, the personalities, what they're like. Still has probably communication with them, contact with them. So, and he's smart. He's intelligent. He's not dumb. Like he's actually a very intelligent guy. If you really listen to him, and do what he's saying. So I can see why he might be considered a possible coaching candidate for teams, because not just because of his intelligence, because of his knowledge about the league, watching and obviously playing in it the past few years, and how it's won the league, and how the teams play, and how the locker rooms are. I can see why. Be like fresh out of the league. Technically, he's been 2 years retired, but you get my point. But yeah, that's it. I guess short stream. I guess. Not my best, but it's late. I'm tired. Maybe I'll do watch along for a stream in the future. Future basketball, NHL, maybe wrestling. I don't know. But yeah. Remember, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Take care, guys. AW is out.